Hey everybody, it's a crafty crocheter back for another video. This is episode 155, and yes, I am going to rock. It is Thursday, the 28th of May. It is 2:34 in the morning. I have quite a few things to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, I deleted the group on Facebook, More to Sew, and made a group of. I also changed the name from Liz's Stitch Markers to More Crafts. So if you're looking for me on Facebook, if you're looking for stitch markers, my bags, I have some DPN holders that I'm going to show you here in a minute. More Crafts is where you are going to find me. That is MOORE Crafts. And I just wanted to let you know that if you buy a bag from me, you will get a random set of stitch markers along with a thank you card and a actual kind of business card. My business cards are a little bit longer than I would like, but I have to change it next time I make business cards. So I have no bags to show you. I did get an order for bags, so I will mail that out tomorrow. But now I am going to show you the DPN holders that I have made. So if you knit, I make DPN holders. I thought this would be a really, really good thing for knitters to have. I knit hats and use DPNs only when I am decreasing a hat. So these probably wouldn't work for me. They will work great if you are a sock knitter and use DPNs for your socks. So I have this one here, and yes, I finally got snaps. And on the inside of this one is blue fabric. I have a couple of the same prints. So I have this one here. That's flowers. I have two of these ones, and they are floral also, and they both have blue in the inside. I have another one like this, but it has pink in the inside. And I have another one like this, and it has pink in the inside also. I have these all out of order. I did have them in order, but so I have this fabric here, and I have pink in the inside of it. The same fabric, I have two in yellow, and the same fabric, I have three with a dark green inside. I also have quite a few. I have two more of this fabric here. This one has a navy inside, and they all have two snaps. And this one has a light blue. I have two of this fabric, which is elephants, which are upside down on that side. Okay, they're upside down on both. Okay, there we go. Little elephants, and these ones have light pink in the middle. I have two yellow polka dot with cherries on, and they have yellow in the insides. I have one Harry Potter one that has black in the inside. I have two of this fabric, and it has paw prints in the big hearts, and they both have red. And my last two is blue polka dots, or blue with white polka dots and cherries on, and it has navy in the inside. So I have no idea how many I've made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've made 21 DPN holders. Don't know if they will sell or not, but I thought I'd make some just to kind of have around. I do have more fabric. I did get more fabric. I showed you in my very last video. Not my regular video, but I did show all the fabric that I got. The only fabric I do not have right now is the blue birds and the blue butterfly fabric. I made one bag out of it, messed up on the second bag. So now I am going to Walmart later today to get more of that fabric and get more boxes, which is what I'm about to talk to you today. Or right now. So I decided a little while ago that I wanted to de-stash a lot of my yarn. I'm getting kind of overwhelmed with how much yarn I have at my regular house. I have yarn in my closet, I have yarn on my bookshelf, I have yarn on my TV shelf, I have yarn in about 15 totes. I'm just getting really overwhelmed by how much I actually have. So, with us moving, I decided that when I went home yesterday and got my big tote bag full of random yarn. The first two boxes I has 30 cakes of yarn. When I get my yarn, I roll everything into cakes. It's easier to store. It's definitely a lot easier for me to store it in cakes than it is full skeins. So each box I fit 30 skeins, all shapes, all sizes, all colors. I have some variegated, I have some solid, I have some big, I have some small. So box 1, I weighed in ounces and I weighed in grams. I was gonna weigh in pounds, but my scale does not do pounds. So box 1 has 2,769 grams of random yarn in it, and it's 98 ounces heavy, I guess. Well, it weighs 98 ounces. The second box, box number 2, has 2,895 grams in it, and it is 102 ounces. Now, like I said, it has all different stuff in it. It's all 100% acrylic. A lot of it has, it's mostly Red Heart, Impeccable, Big Twist. There's some Karen Simply Soft in it. And that's pretty much all I buy is 100% acrylic. So the first two boxes I'm selling all my boxes for $50. That includes the shipping. And I don't know if I'll turn you around. Right now it's not, I'm gonna turn you around, or I don't think I can't. But I'm gonna turn you around and show you how big the boxes actually are. And I just have yarn piled on top of them right now because I need to put it in there a little bit nicer. But, okay. So, that box right there is box number 2. And then that box by the window is box number 1. So, I'm going to turn you around. Sorry if you got sick. So, I'm also going to have a box that has some Wool Ease Thick and Quick in it. I got it at Ollie's for $1.99, I think, $2.99, something like that. And I also have Let's see if I can reach one of these. And of course that one doesn't have the ball band. Okay, I'll just get this skein right here. This one does not have a ball band. It reminds me a lot like homespun yarn, but it's this stuff. It is gorgeous, and yes, it has sparkles in it. I really need to find a skein. There's one. Okay. So I have a mess over here. I was in the process of cleaning my room, then my boyfriend called and I got sidetracked. So this is, I got it at Joann's for $2.47 a ball. I think I got 2 or 3 of these. So it is 100%, 99% acrylic and 1% metallic. It is a 6, super bulky, and recommended knitting needle size is 6mm or 10 US, and the crochet hook is a 6.5mm or a K 10.5. And this colorway, I have 3 or 4 of them, I'm not sure, is Deep Space, and there is 4 ounces, 113 grams, 80 yards, and 73 meters. And it gives you a pattern on this particular skein for a infinity scarf that's knitted, and you need exactly 2 balls of it. So it gives you that. But like I said, I have 3 or 4 of these that I'm never going to use, so I figured I would put them in the box. In one of the boxes, they are in the skeins. I will probably roll them into cakes, just so that it's a little bit easier to store. And tomorrow I'm going to get more boxes, so that when I go home on Friday, because Friday I'm cleaning my room at my other house, and I'm going to be bringing a lot of yarn down here to box up and sell. Now tonight I am also going to take pictures of both lots of yarn and put them on my More Crafts as a D-stash. They will be in the announcements. I'm gonna try to figure this out. They will be in the announcements. So, that being said, like I said, if you're interested in any of my D-stash boxes, they will be $50 for 30 cakes of yarn. Like I said, it ranges from all different sizes, all different colors, variegated, solids, all of that. All of it's acrylic. Except for there's going to be a box that has the wool ease in it. That will be, I'm going to probably sell for $30, just because it'll be in a smaller box. Like I said, that all includes shipping. You do not have to pay extra for the shipping. That is included. So, yeah. So, that's it for all of the announcements right now. I have some whips that I started, and I have only 2 finished objects this week. Well, except for my sewing. So, we're gonna do my finished objects first, just because there is 2 of them. And you're probably going to think I am crazy for making these, because it's nowhere near that time yet, but it is coming pretty quickly. I mean, we're already on the 28th of May. So the first one I made was Mr. Santa Claus. And I really gotta tack his hat down. It's driving me nuts. So the first one I made was, of course, Mr. Claus. So this is all Red Heart Super Saver. Red Heart Super Saver Black, White, Patty Green, and Cherry Red. The only thing is I got my order from when I got my order from Hobby Lobby, I bought 2 skeins of light peach, which is what I use for his face and his ears. And then, of course, you can't really see, but he does have a mouth. So I used peach for his face. So this is Mr. Claus. I am selling him and Mrs. Claus as a set over on my crochet page on More Crafts and on Facebook Messenger and on Let Go. So this is Mrs. Claus. The only thing I did not do is they wanted me to put green here, and they had you chain 30 for the collar. 30 was way too big. So I made a chain and just measured around her neck, like fit it to her. And then they wanted you to chain 40, and I only did like 30 or something, and it's still pretty big. But she is for sale also. I am selling both of these as a set for $40 on Let Go and Facebook Marketplace. I am going to open a can of soda because I was talking to my boyfriend for a while, and now I'm talking to you, and I just spilled it all over my leg in my bed. So I'm going to have to change my sheets. So the pattern is by Stringy Ding Ding. And you can buy the bundle, the Christmas bundle, for $6.99, and they have a Halloween bundle for $5.99. But if you go over to their website or their blog or whatever, you can get the patterns for free. And what I did was I followed the pattern on my Kindle while downstairs watching TV with my mom. So it's a pretty good bundle. There's 12 Christmas patterns in the bundle, and I'm not really sure how many there is for the Halloween bundle, but you get quite a few patterns. And I also bought some lady on Facebook Marketplace had a post that she was selling all of her patterns for her paid patterns, which was 112 for $10 because she had to get emergency dental surgery. So I went and purchased all. Used the coupon code 10, and I can't even remember who that was now because Osage, Osage, Osage County Crochet. Osage County Crochet. She has some free patterns, but a lot of her patterns are for $3.50 each. But you get all 112 of her patterns for $10. And there's some amigurumi, there's a lot of hats, there's a lot of hats. She has pigtail hats, she has messy bun hats, she has regular hats, she has several cows. I was amazed by how many actual things, how many different hats she had. Because me, I've been doing, the basic, the basic hat, basic double crochet beanie for, like, ever. And I just get burned out of those so quickly. Thank God I don't have to make any more hats this year for my charity, because I just get so burned out of them so quickly. So now we are going to go into whips. I do have another announcement. This is for everybody who purchased my X on the Spot shawl, I think it was called. Well, if you purchased my shawl pattern that has the granny cluster and the X stitch, know now that that is not what the pattern I'm calling the pattern anymore. I'm going to change the name on the actual pattern to Bessie's Got Her Wings. Since my great-gram recently passed away over a month ago. It's definitely over a month ago now. So she passed away. Her name was Bessie, Bessie. And she is where I got my middle name from. Her middle name is Alice. So my name is Elizabeth Alice. So that's where I got my middle name from. And I started one, and I really did not like the yarn that I was working with. The white was way too stiff. I had it sent out to testers, and their pictures are what is on the actual thing. Mine is in blue and white, but I haven't done one of my patterns for a long time, so I decided to start one. And this shawl is my own design, and it is now called Bessie's Got Her Wings. So it's really nice because it will come over to the shoulders quite nicely. I am using Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the colorway Baja Blue. I was going to make myself a cardigan out of this, but of course I could not find the color ever again. So this mess right here is what I have left of this cake, or this skein. It is a full cake, or a full skein, and I am going to go until I run out of this colorway, and then I am going to add white to it. But as you can see, it does, when you put it on, it kind of does stay. So once this is done, I will take a picture and post it on, so I am going to link that shawl pattern below. It's going to be called Bessie's Got Her Wings. It's over on Ravelry. It's $5. Oh, and the Osage County Crochet is also on Ravelry. That's where I bought all of her patterns. But the sale ends today at, I don't remember what time it is, but I do know that it does end today. And I'm sorry if you did not make it to get the patterns, but I just wanted to tell you that she does have really, really great patterns, and they're only $3.50. So, my next work in progress is a Wild Oleander hooded scarf, which is by Andrea Williams. She is behind Wickedly Handmade, and her husband is awesome. He makes beautiful hand-carved crochet hooks. They are on Instagram as Wickedly Handmade. They also have a Facebook group in Wickedly Handmade. And it's purple skull with crossbones or something like that. But this is mine. Well, I've made several of them, but this is the one I'm currently working on. I love this yarn. It reminds me so much of fall. It just reminds me of fall. So, I am exactly, or you can actually see it a little bit better. I am working on the hood, and I thought I had 4 cakes of this, but I only found 3. So, I don't know if I left the other one at my house, or if it's in this room somewhere. But this is the yarn caked up. I posted on Facebook to see if anybody would remember this yarn or tell me what the name of it is. I don't need any more of it. I'm just really curious. I know it's Burnett Super Value, and I tried looking it up on Google. That was just my watch telling me it's 3 o'clock. I looked it up on Google, the images for Burnett Super Value variegated, and it did not pop up. And I know it's probably discontinued, because I got this yarn in a 4-pack at Joann's when they had the mill end bags. So I have this mess here that I pulled out, and then I have this much left. And I'm pretty sure I had 4 cakes of it, but I have no idea. Oh, and Bessie's got her wings shawl that I'm working on. I am using a 6.5mm hook. And for my Wild Oleander hooded scarf, if I'm using a worsted weight yarn, I use an 8mm. That seems to give me the best gauge. I'm also going to start one in this. And this is Loops and Threads Colors. It is so pretty. I'm going to make one in this. And it is a medium 4. And the color is called Candy Drop. And there's 507.44 yards. It is 7.5 ounces, 464 meters, and 200 grams. So there's a lot more blue. There's blue and green in this. And I cannot wait to start one in this. I also want to start a lot of Wild Oleander hooded scarves. I did have one started in black, but I used a 6.5mm hook for it, and it was way too small for an adult. So I'm going to restart that one in solid black and use the recommended hook size. I want to make a Wild Oleander hooded scarf in about every single color that I own. Seems like that's all I'm wanting to make. I'm also using one of my bags for my poncho. And I feel really guilty because I have not put very much work on this at all. I have literally done 1 row. I might work on this tonight. And this is the poncho by Bag O' Day. I will link it in the description box below. And I have a lot of ends to weave in once I'm done. I was going, if you've known me and watched my videos for any length of time, you know that I like if I'm striping my own way and using not variegated, but different colors, I like to be unified and uniform and all of that, but I need to get away from that, because not everybody likes the unified stripes. So this one, I was using a dice to tell me how many rows I did, but I'm just going to do my own thing. I am using Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn in the colorway Mango, Peacock, and Terracotta. My mom picked out these colors because she said I don't do a very good color combo. So she picked out the colors. I am going to do 2 or 3 rows, maybe 4 rows of terracotta next. and just go until I run out of yarn. So that is that one. My next one is also a design of mine that I am technically still writing up. And I had this crazy idea to name patterns after all of the special ladies in my life. My mom, my gram, and my great-gram. So I got my mom. She was named after one of the cows that I designed. It's called Molly's Cow, and it is posted on Ravelry also. This one is still being in the process of getting it wrote down, or typed down, I guess. So this one is going to be called Rose Regal's REGAL Mini Sampler Blanket. So right now I have a row of granny stitch, a row of V-stitch, 2 rows of bead stitch, and another row of V-stitch. So it's going to have those 3 types of stitches in it. I just have to get it wrote up. And I don't know, I might add different stitches into it, but as of right now, it's just going to have the granny stitch, the V-stitch, and the bead stitch. So, and this is a great, this is going to be a stash buster blanket, or a scrap buster blanket. You know those medium balls of yarn that you have laying around that's too big to throw away, too big to put in a scrap blanket, but too small to not really do anything with. It's those in-between balls, which is what this is going to be. But I have a lot of yarn that it's going to be a stash busting blanket. And I got this yarn from my brother's friend's mother. She crochets also, and it's really old. Like, I don't even think you can find this anywhere. But yeah, this was back in 2005, so you can't find this anywhere. But it is Red Heart Kids. It's 5 ounces, 140 grams, 100% acrylic. So I'm just using it to get it out of my stash. So I will go as far as I can go with it and then call it quits. But so far, this is all I have. So hopefully I can get working on this and get it wrote up and put in my Ravelry store. So that's another whip of mine. And I have an empty bag in my bag. The next one I have 2 more whips and then I will let you go. My next one is, it is a shawl by Tea Time Crochet. I haven't seen her post videos for a while, but then again, YouTube has kicked me off several channels, that I was watching, so I'm gonna have to look her up and see if I am unsubscribed again. But she made the solid, easy solid triangle shawl. It's basically double crochet back and forth, back and forth. But I've made several of these. I've made a lot of these, and this is just one of them. I'm using a 6.5, and I'm using Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, which that is where it was attached to the label. And why did I not know that? Okay, I got it off. This is Red Heart or Super Saver Deep Teal. And I'm just going to go until I can't go anymore. And I think I'm going to add a white border onto it. So that is another work in progress. And I will link her down, or I will link her YouTube tutorial down below. So that is that. And my last work in progress is when I was going to bingo with my friend and her mom, which she's like a third mom to me. She had a friend that would come to bingo with us, and she works at a church, or she volunteers at a church, and they needed a lot of shawls for it was for prayer shawls. And I was like, well, I can, whip up a shawl, because she was going to provide the yarn for me. And she's like, well, how fast can you make them? And I'm like, oh, I can make you a whole bunch if you provide the yarn. And she's like, yes, I'll provide the yarn. And then I kept texting my friend, and I'm like, hey, did she ever, send you any yarn? And she's like, yeah, she sent you 2 skeins. I'm like, 2 skeins? That's not even enough to make 1 shawl. And then she said, well, she only wants 1 shawl because somebody donated a whole mess of shawls and they don't need any more right now. And I'm like, oh. Okay. So she sent me the 2 red heart skeins. And this one is pale plum, and this one is soft white. So I started a shawl, and it's the Tea Time Crochet shawl, and I'm doing 3 rows of white, 3 rows of purple, and repeat. So I'm using a 6.5 millimeter for this too. So it will be as big as I can get it with 1 skein of each. And then in my bag, I have a 31 bag here that my mom gave me. I have gray, which is dusty gray. And I have, with a stitch marker attached to it. And a Ferris wheel that is in the color Imaginary Garden to make some Wild Oleander hooded scarves. So that is, sorry for the rustling, and I'm going to make a Wild Oleander hooded scarf out of that. Can you kind of tell that I really, really like that pattern? Because I've made several. I've made them on all different sizes. Which reminds me, I have to take pictures of the stuff that I have finished and get my stuff a little bit more organized. You can't really see this area over here, but it is a big mess because when I would come up, I would just throw things around, and now I can't find what I'm looking for. So that is it for now. I'm sorry I kept you guys for almost 40 minutes. And probably by the time I get done blabbing, it will be 40 minutes. So, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. If you don't, it really doesn't bother me at all if I get a thumbs down. I will try to link everybody below. If you have any questions about the yarn that I am selling, about boxes and stuff, please let me know. If you would like a bag from the fabric that you find on More Crafts, let me know that also. I'm writing down things that I need to link. I kind of forgot what I needed to write down. So, let me know if you have any questions. I am also going to link my Facebook group both of my Facebook groups down below. One is for this podcast. It is a crafty crocheter podcast. That is the first group, and the second group I mentioned several times this time is more crafts. That is where you can find all my fabric that I have posted, all of my bags and my DPN holders, and all of my crochet objects that I have finished. And also that is where I'm going to be putting taking pictures of my D-stash and putting them in that group also. And I have enough yarn here that I need to box up. I'm going to box up the woolies and put it in a box itself. So all of the D-stash boxes that I am putting on will be in the announcements on more crafts. So if you're looking for yarn, that would be a good place to look, is in the announcements for my D-stash. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, I will leave my email. I will leave my email down below. So, bye guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. It is Thursday now. So, bye.